passed, the Patriot Acts, a lot of the draconian legislations that have been passed, to where we're not even a constitutional republic anymore. They could pull out enforcing all of these acts that they've passed since 9/11, and we'd be in a total police state. People seeing it down in New Orleans now, and it's what I said months ago. Once the time starts flying, you'll never hear about these people that were trumped off and put in these FEMA camps all over the country. You know, what are you hearing about them now? Nothing. You know. And why is New Orleans, I mean, if nobody's there, why are they erecting these holding camps, these holding prisons for people down there? You know, it's a whole draconian concept thing going on there. What the media is telling you and what's actually going on, as is with normal anything, it's two different things. It's two different things. They're telling you one thing, they're doing another. You know, I'm hearing from people who live down there or have loved ones living down there, and it's a total police state down there. And these things are going to sweep across the country. Avian flu coming. Obviously, government getting ready for that, getting the preparations ready. They've got so many things on the table they don't know where to turn. I have Donald Rumsfeld down in Australia visiting Pine Gap, no doubt making some kind of preparations for perhaps having a hideout should more indictments come down against White House officials. They're running scared from that. They're running scared from the coming presence of aliens becoming more and more visible on Earth. And I posted on my blogger earlier, you're just kind of seeing it all come in action, the true chaos that reigns behind the scenes. Because you have the Illuminati, which is an alien council that secretly runs our whole political governments behind the scenes. It's an alien council. And then they have their children, their hybrid children on Earth, who are the Illuminati bloodline families, the Bushes and the Blairs and the Windsors, and all of these people that are controlling world governments of their nations today that are from these Illuminati bloodline families. They're hybrid alien children. And they do what they're told by the council itself, the Illuminati Council. They're listening to the aliens. They're doing what they're told by them. And then at the same time, the aliens switch the card and sabotage the plans that they had their children doing. And so it's total chaos. It keeps them in total chaos because as far as they know, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then at the flip side, they have the aliens changing things all the time. And I think they're learning more and more and more the control and the power they always felt that they would have by bringing the whole world under a new world order. It's what I've said from the beginning, they would never have. They would never have control and power of it. It's all going to fall into the hands of Lucifer. He's going to control the entire world, and they don't need humans to help them. I mean, right now, they've been using these Illuminati families to implement this New World Order, to get everything in place. They've been pawns. And for all this trouble and all this greed and destruction and death they've caused in doing so, they're going to find that they can't take it with them when they're dead. You know, that they're simply pawns of Satan's. And when he comes to power, it's not going to be the Bushes or the Al Gores or the Clintons or anybody in power and control over the system that they've set up. Satan's going to have it himself. And he's not going to need any one of these humans to help him rule the world. You know, it's been a pipe dream of these humans, these greedy politicians, to step in and have control over this whole New World Order system that they've been setting up. And all the countries have been working in agreement over the past 100 years in setting this global government up. But they've never agreed on when push came to shove who would get to rule it. And so you're going to have betrayals and fights between the British and the Russians and Chinese and Americans. Because when push comes to shove, they all want to be the ones ruling it. They've all worked together over these years establishing it. So when push comes to shove, they want to be the ones ruling it. And the truth of the matter is, Satan doesn't need any humans to help him rule it. When he comes, he's going to set up his own council, his own people, his own advisors, his own armies, and he's not going to need any humans. And the more they get to see that, you're going to see more of what you're seeing now. Them scurrying around the country trying to hide to get away. from the ones after them. Yeah, so it's a behind-the-scenes nightmare. What's going on pretty much now with our own government. You'll see, since midsummer, our own White House totally being almost vacant to the point every month they're just off somewhere. They're off hiding somewhere. And what I found amusing was the fact that these aliens themselves are stating about President Bush totally losing his mind, totally just going crazy. And there was an article that I wanted to read about something that happened, incident that happened in the White House. And this is being relayed by aliens. I don't know the truth to it. I just find it amusing. I'm going to relay it to you guys. So this is a story I'm going to pick up halfway here in the article. And it says, apparently this morning in the White House during some kind of ethics meeting held between Bush and his staff, and this is from November 10th. Apparently early this morning in the White House during some kind of ethics meeting held between Bush and his staff, a female intern asked President Bush a question that made him so mad he turned around, slapped her very hard across the face. This female intern happened to be trained as a black belt in martial arts, and she was totally insulted at being slapped. Apparently her martial training instantly took effect, and she grabbed George Bush by the arm and got him into a position where she held him in a position with his arm twisted behind his back and told him, "You had better apologize to me and to all your staff right now, or I'm going to break your arm." The story goes to the next instant, George Bush then suddenly falls to the ground, starts kicking and screaming and crying like a baby, literally having a tantrum in front of everyone, where he kept muttering over and over again, "They're going to kill me, they're going to kill me, they're going to kill me."
Sherry?
Yeah.
You have a caller when you're ready.
And so this is the extent of the sanity going on behind the scenes, folks. Go ahead and put them on.
You're up, caller.
Hi, Sherry.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad. This is Marshall calling from Canada.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm not too bad. I've been listening to your show for the past month on and off, and I find some of your information really interesting, and I believe a lot of it. I got a couple of questions to ask you here.
Okay.
First off is regarding, I guess what modern day science would call sleep paralysis. I've been having these attacks, and I'll be waking up from a sleep, and all of a sudden I'll wake up, and then I won't be able to move, and I'll be in this state of shock, and I'll hear like these demonic noises and everything, and
yeah,
it's been happening on and off like for the past, ever since I became like born again in the Lord, and I'm just wondering if you have any insight into exactly what's going on there, or what's affecting me.
I've been hearing that from quite a few people lately. People trying to wake up and it feels like something heavy is holding them down.
Yeah.
Like literally they can't move, paralyzed.
Yep.
Or they're feeling like something's sitting on their chest and they can't get up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing about it. Not real sure what's going on, but I do know that whenever you're under attack, whether it be physical or spiritual, that you call in the name of the Lord.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I can barely even talk when this is happening.
Yeah, I know. And a lot of times they'll blank out your mind so you can't even think of the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my first reaction, and I usually, I do try and do that, and I'll call out his name, but still, I'll be stuck there, even when I call out his name, and it's kind of, it intensifies, but eventually I can just, get so strong in myself, and I can just focus on, the light of the Lord, and it'll stop, but,
right, just calling his name.
Pretty intense up until